Welcome to our presentation for Applied Skills for School and Society. The topic we'll be looking at is the school community. The group members are Danunti Prasad, Olivia Percival, Shamila Ganpat. The objective of these presentations include urban community, suburban community, rural community, subculture, how a subculture is developed, example of a subculture that may be common in each type of the three communities, the functions of the school, how a subculture of the community can affect positively and negatively the teaching and learning of the school, and what can be done to foster greater collaboration between the school and the community it serves. Let's dive right into it. Urban communities. An urban area is the region surrounding a city. Urban areas are very developed, meaning there is a density of human structures such as houses, commercial buildings, road, bridges, and railway. So this is basically the city or the towns. Suburban. Suburban areas are lower density area that separate residential and commercial areas from one another. Suburban communities are close to but not in the cities. Rural. A rural community is one that has a lot of open land and is very widespread out for farming. Subculture. A system of values, attitudes, norm, and lifestyle of a social group which has much in common with the culture of the society but is in some way distinct from it. An example of a subculture is a group of people at a football match cheering their home team is a subculture. It is developed with people who have a common interest. How a subculture is developed. Generally, it is formed by people or person who are not even aware of it. So as I said, the crowd at the football match, they're all cheering their hometown. So they have a common interest that they are cheering their team to win. However, they may not know that they are a part of a subculture committee. Example of a subculture that may be common in each of the three communities. Urban community. So in an urban community, we have people that will be speaking more of a standard English, and in the rural areas, we have people that naturally just speak Creole language. Then we have the suburban. They are speaking Creole, but they're leading more towards the standard English.
Functions of the school. The first function that we have listed here as of the school is intellectual. Intellectual means to teach basic cognitive skills such as reading, writing, and mathematics to transmit specific knowledge. Political. The political function is to include allegiance to the existing political order. Social function. To socialize children into various roles, behavior, and value of the society. This process referred to by socialists and socialization is a key ingredient in the stability of any society. Economical. To prepare students to their later occupational roles and to select, train, and allocate individuals into the division of labor. How the subcultures of community can affect positively and negatively the teaching and learning culture of the school. Subculture can affect the teaching and learning culture of the school because it can lead into a delinquent subculture. This emerged as a result of both the street gang cultures that is being brought into the school ground and home culture of the township learners. Paul Willis's Learning to Labor is a classic study within this field of subculture. Willis examined two subcultures within a school setting. Those are the lads and the Earls. The lads were working class boys who expressed a negative attitude towards academic and also showed strongly racist and sexist attitude. They tried to drink and smoke to become part of more adult world and thought that manual work such as building was far from important to mental work. Seeing as society is run by capitalism, the lads recognized that there was no such thing as an equal opportunity for them, as no matter how hard they tried, they would still remain far less successful than middle-class students. The Earls were seen as school comforters by the lads and were completely opposite to them when it came to academic process. Earls were looked down on by the lads as they were the children who followed the school rules, respected their teachers, and committed to their education. Lads did not just dislike the Earls, they felt they had superiority over them. This was because the lad believed that the Earls were wasting their time at school by not being able to have fun or to be independent. Subculture can be important in mental health care because subcultures sometimes develop their own communication styles and norms. Mental health professionals should be mindful of any subculture person belong to when treating them, especially as they relate to a person's identity. Certain behavior or value may be mistakenly pathologized by people or groups outside of that subculture. Also, certain subcultures may face discrimination from the majority group. What can be done to foster greater collaboration between the school and the community it serves? First, create a community resource map. A visual representation of your community and the various skilled people have to offer is a super way to understand what community resources are available. If you build one, also point out the material other people can supply at cost or for free. The time they can invest in projects and how they can connect with the curriculum and classroom activities. Reach out to all stakeholders. One of the best ways to connect and create an authentic bond is to go to the people who matter the most and meet them on their own turf. A series of community walk is a great way to start. Get teachers, local business on board, and persons of the community and talk to them. Expand your vision of school too. Include community. There are so many opportunities for experience learning to happen out in the community surrounding the school. We just need to find ways to connect core curriculum beyond the classroom by attaching the right people and asking them the right question. A design challenge for the community. An example of a community challenge is the school experience. My apologies. An example of a school community challenge to reinvent the school experience. This encouraged discussion, empowered youth, teachers, and communities to design and facilitate change locally. Connect with the curriculum. Much of what we learned as children and adults happen outside the classroom through the real-world experience from our peer mentors or on the job. Now that brings us to the end of our presentation. Thank you.